AEW President Tony Khan has confirmed that AEW All In London has sold over 36,000 tickets in the first day of its pre-sale for the show at Wembley Stadium later on this year. But in the meantime, he has also slammed WWE CEO Nick Khan as well as other journalists for lying about ticket sales and also putting misinformation out there about how many tickets will be going on sale, as the layout for Wembley Stadium has been officially revealed. We've got plenty of details on this huge and massively successful day in AEW's short history. Also, CM Punk was backstage at Impact Wrestling this past weekend in Chicago. We've got details on what he was actually doing backstage, including playing a card game. We've got the ratings for last Friday's episode of AEW Rampage on TNT, and it doesn't look good. An AEW star says the Bloodline saga is a better story than the Elite in AEW. It's on being the Elite though, so it's all in jest. Leva Bates reveals that her AEW contract has expired. AEW files a trademark for Double or Nothing, and Rey Fenix returns to in-ring competition. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of All Elite Wrestling, and people pro AEW, against AEW, and in the middle are all very curious to see how many tickets is AEW All In London going to sell for Wembley Stadium. We know the stadium has a capacity of 90,000+. For wrestling, you could probably get 100,000 people in there. You've got people saying they're never going to sell it out. You've got some people saying they're going to sell the majority of it out. You've got some people saying they're going to sell all of it out. Well, how are ticket sales doing? Because today was the first day that tickets went on sale. Even though it wasn't general sale, it was advanced sign-ups for the pre-sale, and the answer is they went very well for AEW today. AEW President, CEO, Head of Creative and General Manager Tony Khan tweeted out, quote, and we can actually get the tweet up on the screen right here. You can see it there, so you can read it yourself. Today's one of the best days in AEW history. Thank you to all buying AEW All-In tickets today. Off to an amazing start already. 36,000 sold for £3.8 million, which is $4.7 million. Plus, we're only getting started. More great seats are going on sale. Let's celebrate tomorrow on Wednesday night, #AEW Dynamite. Now, when it comes to the ticket sales in question, again, it's very successful for AEW. Why? Well, this number guarantees AEW will have their largest ever attendance and largest ever gates before a single match has even been announced for this show. Remember, we have no idea which matches are even on this card right now, and already AEW has guaranteed before general sale admission tickets their largest ever attendance and their largest ever gate before any matches have been announced. The show itself is set for Sunday, August 27th. The broadcast availability and start time is also yet to be revealed, but it appears unlikely to be a pay-per-view offering, with AEW All Out happening the following weekend, rumored to be at the United Center in Chicago. Dave Meltzer had previously reported earlier on in the day that they'd sold 35,000. Tony Khan confirming it's a little bit higher, 36,000 tickets on the first day of the pre-sale. Dave Meltzer had reported in a recent Wrestling Observer newsletter that over 60,000 pre-sale codes were requested and distributed for AEW's first ever show overseas. By comparison, for their Clash at the Castle event in Cardiff, Wales, WWE had nearly 90,000 codes requested in a similar pre-sale system. But lots of people are talking about conversion rate with that. As I mentioned, Clash at the Castle had 90,000 signups in comparison to AEW's 60,000 signups. Someone on Twitter said, is 30,000 low for 60,000 plus signups? Yes or no? Dave Meltzer responded on Twitter saying, conversion thus far is 58.3% for All In, with 3 days left to add to that. For Clash, it was 37.1% of those with codes after pre-sale and first day of on sale. So as long as you can say Clash's pre-sale was a failure, you're consistent. Wrong, but at least consistent. So actually, so far, AEW All In London has a better conversion when it comes to the pre-sale sign-ups to tickets actually being bought, which again is a very positive sign for AEW. But the drama involving Tony Khan did not end there today, because Tony Khan has slammed WWE's Nick Khan and lies regarding AEW All In. As previously reported, AEW All In tickets went on pre-sale on May 2nd to a massive success, with the company selling over 36,000 tickets on the first day. However, an ESPN journalist has, frankly, we can say, just pissed off Tony Khan. You can see the tweets in question on the screen right there. ESPN boxing insider Max Coppinger replied to a tweet about the huge number of tickets sold by implying that the stadium will be downsized to a smaller number than the 90,000 capacity. Coppinger tweeted, quote, "Here in Wembley is scaled for only 40,000 for AEW, far cry from last April when I was ringside for Tyson Fury versus Dillian White, and it was packed to the brim with 94,000. Nothing beats the big fight feel at Wembley." Now, this led to AEW President Tony Khan responding to the slam and alleged lies, and took a shot at WWE's future president Nick Khan in the process. Khan tweeted, quote, "Lies, what a load of crap. Tell your agent Nick Khan to shove it up his ass." Now, this isn't the first time that Tony Khan has replied to WWE affiliates or Nick Khan associates in this manner, with this public spat with Ariel Helwani gaining headlines earlier this year as well. But Tony Khan has also followed up with this slam on Mike Coppinger by saying the following tweet too. Once again, you can see it on the screen right there. He said, quote, "Since you carry the credentials of a credible reporter and represent the worldwide leader, I'm just curious, who was your source for this? And how can a reporter representing ESPN tweet something about a legit news story that's so blatantly wrong and easily verified as a falsehood, question mark?" As of right now, there's been no response from Coppinger on social media, and it must be said, it is a strange thing to tweet when, if you sign up to the pre-sale, they show you the stadium layout, and it's very, very clear to see the entire stadium is open for tickets. Nothing has been cordoned off. They're aiming for 90,000, or at least the stadium is open for 90,000, and even if they were open for 40,000, they would have nearly sold the majority of their tickets today. So clearly that is not the case. So strange that an ESPN journalist would say that, but what are your thoughts about the tweets in question? What are your thoughts about Tony Khan's response? What are your thoughts about the ticket sales? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. But we do have more reactions when it comes to the ticket sales. And AEW star Saraya has now reacted to the huge ticket pre-sale for All In at Wembley Stadium. The promotion, as I mentioned, is set to run its biggest ever show on August 27, with the All In capacity, or All In pay-per-view rather, emanating from Wembley Stadium, which has a maximum capacity of 90,000 seats. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has reported, and Tony Khan has confirmed, that the pre-sale topped 36,000 tickets. This already surpasses AEW's previous attendance record of 20,177 set by the 2021 Grand Slam taping at Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York. Saraya has now taken to Twitter to comment on the early ticket sales figures. The English star tweeted, quote, "Tickets are going off for Wembley. AEW is really that bitch." Now, when it comes to the ticket prices, an update has emerged on AEW All In, revealing why the company has chosen to price the tickets in the way that they have. As I mentioned, the August 27 pay-per-view will be a significant one for AEW. Not only will it mark the company's UK debut, the event will emanate from Wembley Stadium, with this maximum capacity being 90,000 seats, possibly even more. Ticket prices for the event will range from £30 for the cheapest seats to £1,500 for ringside tickets. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that AEW's goal is to establish their brand in the UK and to get as many people in the stadium as possible to do so. Explaining the decision to run Wembley Stadium for the attendance, Meltzer noted, quote, "AEW is trying to price All In tickets for volume. WWE was pricing Clash at the Castle for gates, and if you're in a business, I guess you would say, let's price it for the gates. WWE's motive was, we want to do the biggest gate we can, we want to maximize our gate. That was the goal of Clash at the Castle. With AEW here, the goal is much different. The goal is to establish the brand, get a lot of people in the stadium so the company looks really big time, and have that help in trying to generate whatever kind of deals you can throughout Europe. The goal here is very different. The attendance is the goal here, whereas WWE, the gate was the goal." And once again, just to confirm the naysayers, I'm sure there will be some, you can see right here, this is the seating chart in question. When you do sign up to the pre-sale, or if you do want to purchase tickets, you will see this is the seating chart for AEW All In at London's Wembley Stadium. As the reports mentioned, the lowest costing seats are these £30 seats, which are the highest, cheapest seats, and they range up to £1,500. But as you can clearly see, the stadium is very, very, very clearly open for 90,000. So the reports or people suggesting the show was set up for 40,000 are quite wide of the mark. There was a previous seating plan doing the rounds on Twitter, but that was quickly found out to be a seating plan for Pink at Wembley Stadium, not All Elite Wrestling. Let's switch gears here and talk about CM Punk. CM Punk, he was doing his tour, wasn't he, last week, attending Monday Night Raw and Impact Wrestling, both having shows in Chicago. And according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, CM Punk played Uno backstage at Impact Wrestling over the weekend. No, really. CM Punk was backstage at Impact Wrestling and played a round of Uno. While Punk made his latest stop at a company that wasn't All Elite Wrestling, Fightful learned a little more about his time there, which did in fact involve playing Uno with an Impact Wrestling talent. While there, Fightful have been told that Punk spoke with over a dozen Impact wrestlers and exchanged pleasantries while there. Fightful have been told in particular he had some kind words for a couple of wrestlers he met there. Everyone said that he was pleasant, in a good mood, and happy to be there. The same week that Punk showed up at a WWE event for the first time in 9+ years, it was the first time he was at an Impact/TNA show that, of course, we know of in nearly 20 years. Certainly, again, properly CM Punk doing the rounds of every company. There are no plans, if you're wondering, for Punk to do any kind of work with Impact Wrestling, and he's still slated to lead this AEW Collision brand show, whatever you want to call it, on TNT in June. So certainly it's not going to be anything like that. Now, during a virtual signing for KNS WrestleFest, former Impact Wrestling Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace recalled her interaction with CM Punk. Of course, you can see the picture right there on the screen of them interacting backstage at the event. She noted that their conversation was very brief. She said, quote, "We, myself and CM Punk, didn't hang out at all. It took me like half an hour just to muster up, what is it called, the courage to ask him to take a photo. So we didn't really have a conversation. He just said that I'm bigger than him. I have bigger arms than him. And I was like, thank you, sir." So Jordan Grace saying, actually, I didn't even really talk to him that much. I was just took the picture and then we left. Now, let's talk about AEW Rampage on Friday. For the 5th consecutive week, in a couple of weeks' time, they're going to be out of its normal time slot on TNT, and the ratings are starting to show that. Per Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, Rampage drew 298,000 viewers. This is down from the April 22nd edition that drew 341,000 viewers. This is the second lowest total viewership for the program this year since the February 17 episode that also aired outside of the normal time slot. This week's episode aired at 6:30 p.m. Eastern instead of 10 p.m. Eastern. In the key 18 to 49 demographic, Monday's show scored a 0.09 rating. This is also down from the week prior that scored a 0.12 rating. This is also the second lowest demo rating of 2023 so far. AEW ranked number 32 on cable in the demo for the night. The show featured the Bullet Club Gold's Jay White and Juice Robinson defeating Ricky Starks and Sean Spears, as well as Jay Lethal defeating Cash Wheeler in the main event. And as I mentioned, it's going to continue to be preempted for quite a while moving forward. This is quite an interesting story. It's one of those stories that the headline makes people go, what? And then you have to remember where it's actually from. Since before the inception of All Elite Wrestling, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Adam Page have told a story within the Elite stable that is centered on Page's rise to the main event level and the inner turmoil within the group. Meanwhile, WWE has reached new levels of success with the Bloodline storyline at the helm as Roman Reigns holding the undisputed WWE Universal Championship for nearly 3 years while leading his cousins the Usos and growing the stable with Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn. The two faction-centric storylines have drawn comparisons from some fans, but have been rarely mentioned by those involved in the two different companies. On the latest episode of Being the Elite, Matt Jackson tried to give Konosuke Takeshita a summary of the Elite's long-running story in AEW, with Takeshita seemingly looking bored. Matt asked him about it, with the Japanese star replying that he doesn't speak English very well. Matt walked away and Nick Jackson came in to say the Elite storyline was unmatched in professional wrestling history, but Takeshita disagreed and replied, quote, "It's okay, Bloodline, much better." Later in the show, Nick approached Kenny Omega backstage and informed him that Takeshita thought a storyline was better than the Elite's, which Omega jokingly replied, "Are you serious? Well, the Bloodline, right? Of course, I mean, we're just a cheap copy anyway. It's nothing to worry about, whatever, it's all good. We're still second best, third, not bad. I believe their story, I don't believe what we're doing." Kenny trailed off as Nick started to laugh to end this week's episode. So it's all tongue-in-cheek, it's not real, but I'm sure certainly lots of people are talking about it nevertheless. Leva Bates is leaving AEW, an AEW star and original in the company. Leva Bates has announced that her contract with AEW has expired. This was on yesterday's Twitter. She said, quote, "As of yesterday, my contract with AEW has expired. The last 4 years have been quite a ride. I've learned so much and grown exponentially. I've seen wrestling history take place as someone who was on the team since before the first show. I appreciate and love the crew, staff and talent. I will cherish all out memories together. I've given, or our memories rather, I've given my time time, my focus, and my effort to the company, but now I've got to focus on myself, my future, and my career. I hope you all, my friends, fans, and loved ones, stay with me through this next chapter of my journey. I hope to make you proud no matter what. While some AEW fans may know Leva Bates for her roles on Being the Elite and working backstage at AEW, supporting numerous departments, including AEW's female fan group Heels, she has also wrestled a number of matches for AEW, including most recently this past February. Certainly it'll be interesting to see what she does next. An update on Double or Nothing, and certainly a trademark filed for it. Right now, a lot of focus is on All In regarding this Wembley Stadium show. The pre-sale of the event, as I mentioned, kicking off this morning. However, there are still a few big shows on the AEW calendar to get through first, with AEW Double or Nothing scheduled for May 28 in Las Vegas, Nevada being next. And recently, AEW did some maintenance when it comes to the Double or Nothing trademark. Last Thursday, the promotion filed to trademark Double or Nothing, a move that would seem weird at first glance, given AEW has been running the event since its formation in 2019. However, the registration form shows the trademark isn't in regards to the event itself, but is instead intended for shirts, signaling that it is a merchandise-related trademark. As of this recording, the application has been accepted by the US Patent and Trademark Office, though the process is not yet over, as it still awaits an examination in order to officially clear the trademark. It is unknown exactly when the examination will take place, though barring a setback, it is likely a formality that will not affect AEW's efforts. Even before the trademark process is complete, AEW will likely be going back to putting their focus on Double or Nothing, the card of which currently features only an AEW World title match between MJF and challenger Sammy Guevara. However, that match may change following AEW Dynamite this Wednesday, as Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Darby Allin will battle MJF and Sammy Guevara in tag team action, with Perry and Allin earning entry into the Double or Nothing main event if they are victorious. Finally, Rey Fénix is back in in-ring competition. It has emerged in recent weeks that Rey Fénix has been granted time off by AEW due to being banged up, with the belief being that Fénix was dealing with a hip issue. The former AAA Mega Champion was said to be hurting following the Lucha Brothers' successful defense of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles against Powerhouse Hobbs and QT Marshall at Battle of the Bout 6 in early April. In an update, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported that Fénix returned to the ring on Saturday, April 30th at a self-promoted show in the parking lot of the Republic of Lucha store in Pasadena, California, where he owns the store with his brother and tag team partner Penta El Zero Miedo. Fénix defeated Speedball Mike Bailey in what was said to be a great main event. So Rey Fénix back in action as well. But there you go, guys. This latest AEW news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.